Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas. Today we're getting into one of my favorite touring cars ever. This is a 2015 Mercedes SLS AMG Final Edition. I'll talk more about Final Edition when we're out driving this thing, but it should be fairly self-explanatory. I just think this is an extraordinarily sexy car. The gull-wing doors sell it to me. Top it off, that long nose, the naturally aspirated motor, the seating position on it. I just absolutely love this car, and I'm really excited to get in, go for a drive, and talk you guys through some of the amazing details that are in this one. Just an extraordinary car, so hold on, man, because here we go. All right, you guys, here we go for a little cruise in one of my clients' SLS. This, honestly, is one of my favorite touring cars ever. I just think it's such a beautiful car. And as I said in the intro, the gull-wing doors really sell it for me. This one is called the Final Edition. So you had, a few different versions of the SLS, one being the Black Series. This is not the Black Series. The horsepower and torque on this are the same as a standard SLS GT. But they did some cool added touches for this one being the Final Edition. This was the end of production of the SLS. Number one that I think is really cool is there's a plaque in here that says 1 of 350. There's only 350 of these cars made and they were done. So let's go over a couple of the specs. It is a naturally aspirated motor. This is the 6.3 liter V8, naturally aspirated, no turbos, no supercharger. Makes 583 horsepower, 479 foot-pounds of torque. The technology in this car, it's AMG. I mean, this is a fully designed for Mercedes by AMG car. And plenty of power, especially the weight on this Final Edition, I'm not 100% sure on. I know the Black Series weighs in right around 3,200. The standard SLS GT weighs in at about 3,500. I'm guessing this one to be somewhere in the middle. So this should be somewhere around, 3,400 pounds. With the power that it's producing, I think the power to weight's really great on it. 0 to 60 speed is an impressive 3.7 seconds. Not bad at all. They call it a front mid-engine rear drive. Obviously, you got two-wheel rear drive. The engine is located up front, but they call it a front mid-engine because it's pushed back so far that the mass is pushed to the center of the car. So it's close to a mid-engine car. Not a mid-engine, they call it a front mid-engine. What's different from this than the standard SLS are all the different accent pieces. This car is loaded up with carbon fiber. You'll notice the carbon hood. You'll also notice a beautiful carbon splitter, killer carbon fixed wing in the rear. So yeah, it's loaded up with carbon on the exterior. And then you come into the interior, same thing in here. You're loaded up with carbon accents everywhere. And then they did a special interior as far as the stitching goes in here. You got the diamond stitching, which, typically diamond stitching would be a little dated, but it looks so good on this car. The stitching, at first it looks white, but what you'll notice is to match the seatbelt here, it's all silver stitching in here. Mercedes, AMG, they always kind of nail it on the interior. This one, I think they just got it a little extra good. I mean, it's just such a beautiful interior. You hear that, the tone of that naturally aspirated V8, man. It's so beautiful. This is a highly collectible car at this point, you know, being one of 350 cars. Obviously, anytime the production numbers are low, we start getting into the potential of a collectible car. One of 350 definitely makes it a collectible. I tried to get some accurate pricing for you guys to just give you a sense of what is this car valued at today. Pretty difficult to come up with a really accurate price, to be honest with you. I know my client paid a little over $300,000 for this vehicle. Mileage is extraordinarily low, only 3,152 miles right now. I started searching and I could only find one SLS Final Edition Coupe for sale that actually had a price listed. Most of them said price not available or contact for pricing. But the one I did find for sale, different color, it was red. That one was listed at $499,000, $500,000. Now, I don't know if that's the honest, accurate price. I don't know if this car I'm sitting in driving currently is worth $500,000, but most certainly it's north of $300,000, which I don't know about you guys, but that puts it into a price range that's far beyond my reach. The nose just goes forever. I mean, when you're looking out the front end, I cannot see where the front end on this car actually ends. It's just not visible to the eye from the seating position in here. You know, and I just noticed on the steering wheel even, obviously it's an Alcantara wrapped wheel, but I just noticed the center marker on here to match everything else is silver. All right, so that's Sport Plus. I'm gonna switch it into manual, so it's my choice of when we're downshifting and upshifting. We'll see how these paddles work. Listen to that thing. Just a mean, aggressive V8, huh? It is the dual clutch automatic. Definitely preferred in manual mode. Gotta admit, the shifts are quicker. I've driven a couple of SLS's before. This is the first time I've driven what's, you know, the Final Edition car. Once again, one of my favorite things about what we do here with the channel and with my storage facility is I get to drive and experience vehicles that, you know, otherwise I just probably wouldn't get the chance to. Really, really love what my business affords me the opportunity to do. All right, man, that's it for this 2015 SLS Final Edition. What a beautiful car. I mean, the styling on this car, I think, is just gorgeous. The rear view, I mean, it's so wide in the back. The cockpit sits so far back. The design cues on this with all the carbon accent pieces, I mean, it's just an extraordinary car. I'd forgotten what a cool car this is, but getting it out, going for a little drive, feeling the power, the torque that's there, how solid this car is on the ground, it's just an exceptional car, man. I hope you guys had a good time in this episode because I had a blast shooting this car. As always, man, thank you for hanging and watching and supporting what we're up to over here. We really do appreciate it, you guys. And I will see you in the next episode. All right, man. Later.